Okay, update on uranium here, looking at CCJ first. Not a big surprise. This thing is being crushed just like the regular market. But let's look at it a little bit more precisely. So we had our top on day 18. That's our swing high. And today we had big, massive follow through. I mean, this is a ginormous gap. At some point, I'll zoom in here. We will close this gap here at $25. Wow. But probably quite a bit of downside first. I mean, tomorrow, best you could hope for is to be an inside day, is my guess. I don't think we make a high above today's high, which was 24.32. And more importantly, all signs point to us testing this $20 level, which I'll show you on the monthly chart exactly why. I mean, long story short, this is a false breakout. And you can see it's a double top, right? So we kind of got above this high, and then just there was no conviction, got crushed. And again, of course, the market is going crazy. So, and as far as the daily cycle goes, we're on day 21, and we've had daily cycles end as early as day 25. I mean, we've had slightly earlier ones even than that. So we could be due for a daily. So we could see a daily cycle bounce in the next, say, 5 to 7 trading days, which will give us some relief. But if we look at the weekly chart, in my last video, I mentioned that, this looked like we definitely had an ICL on week 15. That's actually not good news because that would mean that this is a new weekly cycle that is topped on week 4. This is now week 5. Alternatively, this could be week 20. We'll have to continue to watch. But most importantly, the most immediate actionable signal is on the monthly chart. We poked up above the high here. So our high last month was 27.61. We actually got to 28.28 here. Oh, that's an interesting number. And now we're failing to the other side. Very high probability that we make a new low below this low here, right? Because this is a false breakout, and people talk about this all the time. It's a different way to look at this, right? There was no conviction up here. And so now we're going to make a bearish outside bar, something that the strat teaches. I also recommend looking into that. Definitely really, really helpful way of thinking about price action. And most importantly, I mentioned this in the last video, it looks like we may have our 3-year cycle top on month 25, which was April. And so if you think about a 3-year cycle, that's approximately 36 months. So we could have a top here on could have a top on month 25. This would be month 27. So that'd be another 9 months of kind of grinding lower. Of course, there'd be bounces along the way, but this would be kind of our top. And it's looking like this could be the case for several different assets. And if you think about it, this becomes a lower high to this. So not looking amazing, although, we dribble down here and I imagine we explode out of it, but 9 months is a long time to wait. If nothing else, this is actually a pretty compelling short, short term to get to that $20 level because of this pretty high probability pattern. That said, really need to watch it to see if we have that longer cycle top, which in large part is going to be determined by the broader market. And if we look at just a smattering of different uranium equities, well, you'll notice these are the monthly charts. They are all showing the same pattern. We've got a red shooter, and we had poked up, made a new high on that monthly, and now we're coming to sort of fail back down, which just increases the odds that we do see that same pattern because we're selling the uranium miners sort of in mass.